Hi everybody, and welcome back to Lundy's Wild Camp Stroke Bushcraft. And today I'm out and the only tool I've got is this. It's a cool steel shovel. I haven't brought any saws, axes, knives or anything. I've got all my webbing and a little patrol pack hung up on a tree over the far end there. And now what I'm going to be doing is making a natural shelter. And I've got this location where I'm standing now in between two trees. It's reasonably flat, it's lovely and soft because of all the moss. And I'll just spin you around, and if you have a look around, there's absolutely tons and tons of fallen bits of tree and everything, and loads of moss everywhere. So hopefully I shall be able to get a shelter built. All I need to get first, turn you back around, is a nice strong ridge pole. I've got some cordage with us. I am going to use some cordage, so that's the only thing I'm going to be using it for, is for the actual ridge pole. I haven't been able to find two trees where I can have these in. It's not ideal, but we'll all carry cordage when we come out, and that's what I'm going to be doing. Anyway, I'm going to stop waffling. I need to get my arse in gear, and let's get some prep done first. Find a nice decent ridge pole, get it chopped up with this beast, see how it works, and then obviously once the shelter's built, then I need to start thinking about firewood to get us through tonight. I'm on a ration pack tonight. I've got a jet boil, so if I can't get a fire, then that's not a problem. We'll just go roughing it. Waffle, see you in a bit. I'm going to be building myself a shelter, so what I need to do is I need to get some of these bits of branches off this tree and this tree here, using this. And what I'll do is I'll just keep them branches, because they're nice and dry, to one side. It's noisy, that's the thing. So you can see it's chopping through the branches nice and easy, isn't it? You don't need to go too high. Okay, them are alright, because the shelter really is only going to be about that high. So do the same on this side. I'm going to have the ridge pole going from this part of the tree to this part here, and I'm going to be lying in here. This is where it's nice and flat. Well, it's reasonably flat. There's a bit of a lump here, but I can easily flatten that out. Actually, I'm not going to be lying there. I'm going to be lying here, because the wind comes from your direction, and I'm going to have a fire there if I can. Okie dokie. Happy days. Is that going to be strong enough? I hope this is going to be long enough and straight enough, and strong enough. This is noisy. what I've been doing is, off camera, I've just been getting some poles, and I've just been putting them on, and I'm cutting them to size now. So basically all I've done, I've got another pole here which is quite long, and I'm just using that to rest the poles up on. So all I'm doing is just getting the sticks that I've found, all being like lying around. Some of them I've chopped down. I'm just digging the end into the ground, getting the position of where I need it cut, and then I'm just resting it up on this post here and using the shovel. It's just going straight through nearly. That's it. 3 bangs and it's gone. Alright, and then the sharp end, just get that. I'm just going to stick that into the ground, and that goes on like so, and I'll keep doing that all the way through. The bits I've got left are just getting stood up here because I'll use them for firewood or for the bottom of the shelter. And I'll just keep on repeating this process until we've got it all done like. So I'll try and chop the thinner ends, make it easier. Alright, so it's going to get dark soon. Nope, that's it. Well, there you go. There's the actual, the main part of the shelter done. Obviously there's some of them I've left dead long. Don't need to really cut them that much. But yeah, this is not doing too bad. Obviously I've got to do loads of wood prep yet and everything for my fire, and dig a fire pit and that. Obviously I've got to get loads of moss as well. Let's turn yours up. Yeah, so I need to get loads of moss as well. and that's going to be me layering of cover for the shelter itself. Hopefully, fingers crossed, my ridge pole is strong enough to take some of the weight. I'm going to try and take off as much of the soil as possible and just use the actual moss itself. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop. I'm going to replan myself on some fluids because I'm getting a dry mouth, and then once I've done that, then I'll get cracking, get some moss done, and I'll get some little small branches as well. I'll probably collect some of them off camera, and what I'll do is I'll just put loads of crisscrosses across them posts, and that'll help to try and stop things falling through the actual posts as well. Anyway, shovel didn't even stick in the ground there. Never mind. Right, see you in a bit. Right, so as you can see, I've got some moss here. Obviously, the shelter will get dismantled tomorrow, okay, and all the moss will be put back. Alright, so in case anybody's wondering, I'm just going to keep on processing this like so. Try and take it off like turf if possible, without taking too much of the soil off the bottom. Just like when I do my fireplace, you know what I mean? So and hopefully that's a nice bit there. I'll just fold that over, makes it easier to carry. Okay, and then we'll just take it over to the shelter. So obviously we're going to come to the bottom of the shelter first, overlap it with the bit I've already put on, and put that on, and then I'll get my next bit, overlap it, or overlap that bit, and keep doing that until I get up to the ridge pole. Hopefully my ridge pole is going to be strong enough. If it isn't, then I'm going to be knackered. Right, well, there you go. Obviously it's a bit dark now, like, but that's the roof done. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go around the other side with the camera. It's all mossed all the way. I hope there's the ridge pole is going to last all night. Like, there's a tiny bit of weight on there. Hopefully that should be waterproof enough. There you go. There's the inside of the shelter. Probably a couple of little gaps, but nothing to worry about. It's mainly down the bottom. Half that work. Like, I've never had my camera upside down before. But yeah, that's the shelter there. So obviously I'm already soaking, like, so I'm sweating as well, like. Right, well, that's the shelter done anyway. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly hide my ground sheet on the floor. Let's see how much room we've got underneath. Obviously I've got to clear a little bit of crap off the floor as well. Put there's a little stick sticking up and everything where I'll probably end up going into me mat. Actually, I think yeah, it's going to be a bit slopey, and I haven't got much cover. If I come right inside, I'm going to have more than enough cover there if the rain comes in. I'll be in a bivvy bargain anyway. So yeah, happy days. Just need to clear a couple of hangy things away. Other than that, it's looking all right. The ridge pole's okay. I might get a post and stick a post in there just to give it an extra little bit of strength, because with all that moss on, there's a canny bit of weight like. And if it pours down with rain, obviously the rain's going to hold onto that, and that'll give it more weight. So basically my ridge pole should have been a lot thicker, but I just grabbed the first thing I could find, to be honest. So fingers crossed. This is the second shelter I've built for a while, natural shelter. Hopefully this one doesn't collapse on us as well. Oh, there's a few little pungy sticks. But other than that, happy days like. Right, I'm going to have a bit of time out, get myself sorted. I'm sweating, and get myself some fluids down my neck. I might have and see what snacks I've got in my wrapping pack. Get all my kit over here, and then start thinking about getting a fire pit dug. And then obviously I'm going to be foraging some wood, and it's now 20 to 7 at night. It's not that cold, to be honest. I'm thinking I'll get my thermal thing out, and I might not even have a fire, to be honest. I might just get myself snug as a bug, wrapped up, and just chillax and enjoy myself. Listen, my belly's rumbling. I'm starving. Where's Rooney's takeaways when you need it? But anyway, waffle. I'll bring us back in a bit when I get squared away. Happy days. Right, well, let's have a look and see what I've got in this pack. Okay, now I've got my green top. Obviously it's all put into a stuff sack inside the bag as well, just to make sure it stays nice and dry. Spare pair of gloves because I knew it was going to be wet, and my hands are already soaked with them other gloves. My chorizo suit. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on top of all my clothing. It'll act like a pajama, but it'll also act like a sleeping bag liner for my sleeping bag. Okay, stop everything getting dirty. Just in case I have to get up in a hurry, like I don't want to be in my boxer shorts. My Thermarest roll mat, and then my buffalo jacket. Oh, my light's just gone out. Oh, right, apologies about that. My main light's just died, so I'll let it change the battery. I've had it on quite a while, like I've been using it for working and with and everything off camera. And then inside of here I have my Snug Packs Special Forces bivvy bag, and inside of here is the Snug Pack Special Forces sleeping bag #1. I just got this one and the Snug Pack Special Forces free bag as well, so happy days like. And it's come with another bivvy bag, so this is a brand new bivvy bag, this as well. That means I've got a nice double setup now. But yeah, this is that's me Thermarest pillar sack, stuff sack. But this is the actual sleeping bag itself, and what it is, it's got a top zip on it as well. When I can get it sorted out, like, because I've just stuffed it in. There you go. And it's got a top zip on, and you can interlink these sleeping bags as well. It's actually, do you know what it is? It's quite mild. I've just took my thing out, and it says on there like it's 4 degrees, but it feels a lot warmer than that for me. Alright, but there you go. Don't know if the light's going to knock the figures on there, but 4 degrees it's saying. So anyway, I'm going to get me sleeping bag sorted. Try not to get it on the ground, like. Leave that like that for now. Yeah, so that's basically it. Obviously I've got like the thing off me shovel, and that's it. And I've got, for tonight, I haven't got 3 Jack Daniels. I've just got a hip flask full of Jack Daniels Fire, which is like a bourbon. So anyway, that's me waffling loads. I'm not going to do it on camera. I'm just going to get my sleeping system set up, okay, airbed and things, and then I'll think about getting a brew or something, or even having a little tipple. And I'm just debating about having a fire or not. It's soon going to be time for to get some scran on, to be honest. And I was on night shift last night, so I'm quite tired. But yeah, I'm just hoping this ridge pole holds. Like, I'm starting to get a little bit of doubt about it, but we'll see. Anyway, enough waffling. I'll change my lights, get things sorted, and I'll see you later. All right. Right. Well, that's me settled in for the night. Hopefully, I've got enough coverage. The rain's just started, so that's time's it now? It's 7:15. I haven't even dug a fire pit yet. I'm starting to feel a bit of a cold now that I've been sitting for about 2-3 minutes and not moving around. I'm glad I had these waterproof bottoms on, like, because that's absolutely drenched. Like, I'm going to have a quick little sifty of this because I think I've deserved it. Putting pools in. Make sure you get all these little branches off. I've got loads of little punji sticks sticking in, so I'm just trying my best to snap them off. I don't want to be whacking this shelter now with my shovel to get these off. So I'm going to have to try and snap them off with my hands, because the next thing I know, I'm going to be sticking my heat in that or my eye or something. But anyway, cheers everybody. I hope you've enjoyed this video so far. I'm not sure if I've enjoyed it, like, no, I have. It's just getting out late. If I can get out early in the morning, have plenty of time to find a decent location, do lots of prep and things like that, it's quicker. But when you're on a time scale and you've got rain coming, the dark's coming, you've only got like an hour and a half, 2 hours max, it's not as easy as what it looks, everybody. As you can see, I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but the rain's starting to get a little bit heavier now. So cheers everybody. Oh. So now I am just debating whether to try and find some firewood, dig a fire pit and have a fire tonight, or just get wrapped up in my jacket, me neck thing and that, and just thingy it out, because it's going to pour down tonight, and by the time I dig a fire pit, get some wood done, or it's going to be 8:30, 9 o'clock, and to tell you the truth, I'm getting kind of tired, like. So I'm going to have a little bit of admin time and have a little sip of this, and then I'm going to start thinking about getting some food on. We'll have a look at the ration pack I brought. It's something I've never seen before. It's a halal one. Must be the way forward now for the British Army, like, because I never had things like that when I was in. But anyway, we'll have a little run through it, and then I'll cook one of the meals up and make myself a brew and that. And I think I'll make a hot chocolate. No, I'll keep the hot chocolate for later. I'll make myself a cup of tea, and I'll pour a little bit of this into the cup of tea as well. Sweet. See you in a bit. Yeah, I've got all my warm gear on now, so it's getting a bit chilly. But yeah, it's bloody snowing. I don't know if you can pick up the snow. Oh, Jesus, there's a nice fell over. Aye. Not what I was expecting. Last time I was out in this woods and it snowed, I had trees crashing down on us, and I definitely don't want that tonight. I need to keep my wits about us. It's still snowing, and it's getting thick, and I'm right on the edge as well of my shelter. What a night to come into the woods and build a natural shelter. Not only is it raining, but it's pouring down with snow. You can see the snow is landing right here, and it's getting thicker. Oh dear. temperature is 3 degrees. It's not mega cold or anything. I feel a little bit of cold on my hands, but my body's nice and warm. My neck and that, my head's nice and warm, and my legs are as well. But obviously the only thing I've got to worry about now is, because obviously I've got all this moss on the top, that'll hold all the snow as well. So what time we got now? It's now 7:45 at night. So I think the next time you see me, I'll have the jet boil out, and I think I'll be getting a brew on the go and get some food on as well. Right, well everybody, time's getting on now. It's now 8:20, and I think it's time to get a brew on for definite now. I've just been having a quick walk around the area. I checked all the trees and everything before I come, but you just don't know with the snow. I don't like being in a dense woodland when there's snow on the go. But anyway, that's just my thing. So anyway, I'm going to get some food on the go. So I went and bought a jet boil. Well, it's not a jet boil, but it's a similar sort of thing. It's something I got sent by a company ages ago. There is a video on it, but I don't know where. You know. So anyway, that's that. And then next to here, we'll have the main cup and some water. And then in my commander's pouch, we'll have my ration pack. So on the end here, I've got a magazine pouch as well. I normally carry a small bottle of water in here, but inside of this, I've got all the brew kit and like like all the drinks and the toilet paper and the spork and everything. So I'm going to take that out and put that to one side, as I'll make a brew with the water that I'm using. And then in the commander's pouch, I have a full 24-hour ration pack. Now I had to take it out of the bag to pack it into the webbing itself. I love this webbing from JJ's. It's the commander's webbing. It's brilliant. But anyway, this here is a British Army 24-hour ration pack, and it states on the back there that it is, it's a 24-hour halal ration pack. In here you have all sorts of stuff. You got some nuts, biscuits, different drinks, some peanut butter, and then we're coming down to the nitty gritty now. What's this one here? That's some rice for a curry. It's actually got some Coca-Cola bottles, and that's the actual curry itself to go with the rice. I'm not sure if I'm going to have that one yet. Or we've got here, we've got a halal steak and vegetables, okay, and then we've got a vegetarian sausage and tomato breakfast. And then last but least is a very crushed bit of cake, and this is a vanilla flavoured cake, okay. So I'm not going to have that, not going to have that, not going to have that, all them. I'm going to pull them back in the bag, put them to one side. So yeah, we've got this curry here, and this curry is some sort of masala anyway. And then I say is you got a bag of rice here. Now the rice you can either have it cold because it's already cooked, but everything in a British Army ration pack you can have cold or warmed up. So what we're going to do is, obviously I've got my magic carpet on the ground. It'll be soaked by the time I'm finished cooking, like. But this stove's quite good, and fingers crossed the ignition works on it. Tell you what, let's put the gas on first. So this is the stuff sack that it comes in, but I keep all my gear inside of it and then put it into there. Stops the thing getting rusted, like. There we go. And that just clicks on. We've got a little ignition button, and we've got the gas valve there. So we just need to find somewhere nice and flat. What I'm going to do is, I'm just going to crush all the rice up first. And that's the reason why I brought this big pot for, because you can fit quite a few things in it. And we'll put this curry in. And get some water. That was quite stiff. Right, let's have a look, see where we're going with the water. I'm going to put my torch on a second. Right, that's more than enough water. It's about half full. It's about half a bottle of water in there as well. Like, let's see if we get an ignition on this. Oh yes, first click. Happy days. So what we're going to do is just going to put the lid on top and we'll let that go to turn my light off. So yeah, I'm going to have that curry, and yeah, it's the first time I've had a halal curry, so we'll see how that goes. And I think what I'll do is, the way I've got it here, I'll just get my little hip flask out, have a little shifty of this. I think this snows in for the rest of the night, like. But I've got my jack pike jacket on, which keeps you nice and dry, and I've got my jack pike trousers. Obviously my legs are sticking outside of the shelter, so these are going to get a hammer in, so we'll see how dry my trousers underneath are for when I get into bed tonight. But aye, Jack Daniel's Fire, lovely stuff this, lovely neat. So because I'm out by myself and I knew the weather was going to be crap, I'm not going to be drinking that much. So I'm just going to take the odd little sip of this and keep my wits about us. It's a bit strange being out without a fire, but it is what it is. I just couldn't be bothered, to be honest. And it's a lot of work, especially when it's dark and it's raining and snowing, and just trying to keep it going when I've got boiling the bags. Do I really need it? The clothing I've got on, all right. I've got me 2 normal t-shirts on. I've got on top of there, then I've got me buffalo jacket. They are amazing jackets. And then I've got me green fleecy top on. And then I've got this on. Alright. Then I've got me neck thing on with the hat that goes underneath. Woolly hat on, hood up. And like I say, my normal trousers and then my jack pipe trousers on. And I'm sitting here now and I'm quite toasty warm. Feel a little bit cold on my hands. Temperature at the minute is about 3 degrees, so that's not too bad. But anyway, I'm not going to waffle too much. I think I might knock myself a brew up with the water as well, like, so I'll dive back into the bag off camera and get myself a brew knocked up, ready to go into the cup, and that'll be it, like. Okay, well, happy days. Well, that's been boiling away for a few minutes now. I'll tell you what, like, I've been putting my hands around because my hands are getting cold. The rest of my body and my legs and that and my feet are lovely and warm. It's just my hands. So at any rate, let's get this turned off. Not which way it is, but I turn it off. Nope, that must be on full belt. Still snowing, by the way. Well, at any rate, let's take that off there. Now it does have a handle on it, because the last thing we want to do is lose our lot. Oh, nearly grabbed the stove there by the top. Right, so we've got, I'm just thinking, how am I going to do this? Because one's got rice in it, one's got curry in it. So we'll just leave them there to settle for a bit. I'll just get this water, because waste not, want not. We'll have a nice big brew. Put that back on there. And just let that stew for a bit and we'll sort the food out. So we've got the curry here. Now what I normally do is, I normally slice them
from side to side rather than thingy, but because I haven't got a knife or anything where is the day, I'm going to have to just rip it open. Fingers crossed the glands are right. Now, oh, that smells lovely, that. Now I'm going to have to risk this here and stand that up. Strange doing everything lying down on your side. But let's get the rice. Is it cooked? Oh, it is. Well, I'm just wondering. Try and make myself some. Tell you what. Oh, actually no, I'm not going to make myself some dishes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get some of this rice and I'm going to pour it into this pack. Oh, it's a bit overkill. Oh, I'll tell you what, this pack's warm. We'll get it mixed in. Well, that's definitely going to keep my hands warm. Warm, bam, thank you, ma'am. Right, let's have a taste of this curry then. Bit of rice and curry, yeah? Well, that's not bad, that. That's not bad at all. Right, it's got a little bit of an after kick, but I'm going to put that there again, and I'm going to get this here. I found this hot chili sauce. Let's risk it for a biscuit. Now, it does have a tear on it somewhere, I think, but I think I've just teared it in the wrong place. Never mind. Put my rubbish on there so I can see it. I'm just going to squeeze this out a bit. Oh, that's nice, that. Bloody right, I've got rice all over the place. Right, I'm just going to mix this in. So there goes the full sachet there in. That'll give it an extra little bit of a kick. Oh, I can feel that. That's, oh, I'll tell you what, it's definitely got an after kick to it. And then I'll be able to add a bit more rice as I eat. Alright, snowing still. Right, let's try it again. Oh, that's definitely put a little bit more of a kick to it, like. Right, well, anyway, I'm going to get me a cup of tea, get this food. I'll let you know the full outcome of it later on. I'm just going to lie back and relax. I think I'll put a few tunes on, and I'm going to sit and eat this curry, and I'll speak to you later on. Okay? Happy days. I'll let pack all that rubbish away. Yeah, not bad for a ration pack. It's a bit warm, like hot, not like spicy. Well, little time's passed now and it's about 10:15 at night. I've just been lying, chilling after eating that food. It was okay actually, not too bad. Not the best meal I've ever had when I've been out camping, but for a ration pack it was okay. I had a little bit of me Jack Daniel's Fire, which is like a bourbon. Put that into my cup of tea, and that made me tea taste nicer as well, because the tea was rotten, to be quite honest. But I'm going to have a little nightcap now, and then I'm going to call it a night. I'm going to jump into my dust bag. So what I'm going to do is, I've got a dry bag. I'm going to take all my wet stuff off, which is my outer layer, and then I'm going to put my chorizo suit, which I got from TRC Outdoors. I'm going to put that over the top of all my clothing in case there's any dirt on it, and then I'm going to jump into my little thin sleeping bag, and hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll stay warm, dry and safe tonight and this doesn't come down on us. And just as I start talking about that, the flurry of snow is starting again. But anyway, cheers everybody, and thanks for watching so far. I think the clocks go back or they go forward tonight. I can't really remember. I'm sure I'll find out when I wake up in the morning. But fingers crossed, everything's nice and safe tonight. And it's definitely different being out in cold weather with no fire. But I've had hardly any work to do apart from cutting a few branches and digging up some turf. Really, well, moss. Yeah? it's another one I've ticked off on my list of things to do. And next time when I'm out, I think me and Rooney might go out on our bikes and go on an adventure somewhere different. But I'm not 100% sure yet. But anyway, I'm going to go into waffle mode, so I'm going to call it a night. Like I said, unless anything interesting happens throughout the night. I'll catch you later. Cheers. Oh, lovely. Lovely jubbly. Wallace will kill us if she finds out I've nicked that drink.
Good morning everybody, it's about 7 o'clock in the morning. I've been awake off and on since about 5:30, 6 o'clock. Goes on and off. And yeah, what a wet night that was last night. It got that wet, the rain was actually driving in underneath me shelter. Obviously my shelter isn't massive. There, as you can see, I've got the ridge pole just here. I'm practically smashed up against the back of the shelter and the rain was still coming in, so I had to get up out of my dust bag, quickly put my boots on and then get my poncho out, and I deployed the poncho in front of the shelter. Obviously when I come out camping, even if I'm doing things like this, I never come out without a backup plan, and I always have some sort of tarp cover, and this is why. So you know, this stopped me from getting soaking wet last night at the front, and it also gives us additional space to store stuff. So yeah, maybe yeah, it is a little bit of a cheat because I was out to do a survival shelter sort of thing. Well, a bushcraft shelter, that's not a survival shelter, but it was a survival shelter. I would have made it into like another side and had like both sides covered. But yeah, it snowed off and on, rained all through the night. It's still like raining a little bit now. So you know, it's been crap weather. I was snug as a bug in this Special Forces sleeping bag. Yeah, I did have all my clothing on, so that helped as well. Obviously it's only a 2-season sleeping bag, I think. Well, it's 2 season. It goes down to 0, but it's comfortable rating at 5. I think it went down to about 1 degree, possibly 0 last night. Obviously with the little bit of wind and rain and things, that made it a little bit more uncomfortable. But I think what I've noticed using these snug pack bivvy bags, Special Forces bivvy bags, is when you put your roll mat in, it makes it quite tight at the feet, and you don't get your full coverage. It doesn't get able to pull up right around your shoulders. So I think I'm going to have to come up with a plan for to use another one. I've got 2 of them, so use one just for me airbed, just to stop that getting soaking wet and scruffy and that. Then use the other one on top for just my sleeping bag. That'll give us more room, and I'll be able to pull it up right up above us and sort of thing. But anyway, I'm waffling. I'm going to get myself organised, get a brew on the go. I'm just going to stay in my toss bag, like have a nice brew and get some breakfast as well. We'll see what that boiling the bag's like. Right, well, a little time's passed. It's 2 degrees. It's a little bit chilly, like. I actually went back to sleep for about another half an hour to 40 minutes. So I've decided, right, enough's enough. I need to get a brew on. So I've set up my jet boil, and I've got about another half a litre of water in here. I'm just going to pour all that in. And I've got another water bottle in my webbing as well. Excuse the face mask, but I'm bloody freezing, especially my hands. I just need to make sure this is nice and safe. It's not going to fall over. Fingers crossed this starts. That's an impressive little jet boil thing, that, like, because it starts straight away. But you know what it is, I'm going to get a little bit of heat off there. It's still raining. It's a very slow trickle, and I've got here some vegetarian sausage and tomatoes. That's a ration pack breakfast. That's going to go into there. I'm going to take it back out and just fold it again so it can get right into the water. We've got to push in. That's it. Happy days. Woo! Put the lid on. And then we're cooking on gas, baby.
Yep, we're cooking on gas. That's another good thing about this sleeping bag as well. If it gets wet, it still keeps us warm because it's like a synthetic. It's not a down sleeping bag. So that's happy days. Yeah, I'm just going to touch this screen to make sure I'm still on it. So yeah, ration packs there. They've not changed. I feel like I've got loads of stuff stuck on my lips, but I haven't. I've actually got a bit of a cold sore. It's called herpes simplex is the proper name for it. And yeah, I've been a little bit run down over the last week. And that's my excuse. But anyway, I'm just going to get my brew on the go. Once I've got this food and drink inside of us, I need to get my arse in gear and get up. Because the time now is 9, well it's 10 to 9. 10 to 9 in the morning, so it's still early, you know, but as you can see, sorry, I'm not going to go through that all the time, I keep bringing that up, but it is cold, like, it is really cold, and it's damp, cold, wet, miserable, but we love it, we love being out. And we've got to test ourselves sometimes, haven't we? Come out and do stupid things like build a shelter that's too small, made out of natural material, in the rain and snow, in cold environment. It's just one of them things, isn't it? I think this jet boil is a bit of a slow jet boil. I tell you that, I think it might be the gas, like, I think the gas is crap that I'm using. It's not the good stuff. Still in my DOS bag. I must have been sliding as well because I've just realised that the bottom of my bivvy bag's sticking right out, and I'm not even on the mat. I've got about a quarter of my mat and bivvy bag actually out of the top, out of the shelter, like, but never mind. It's wet now, there's nothing I can do about it. So the first thing I'm going to do is take that off, put that on my wet bit of top, get my cup off there, and the same. Oh, that was a bit of a splashback. Nice big cup. I've got enough water in there to rinse things. Got floaters. There you go, that's my cup of tea. We'll get this done properly first before I get into the food, because the last night it was horrible. Tea bags are crap in these ration packs, like. So next time, if I use a ration pack, I think I'll swap it out for me normal tea bags. I've got trees and everything in here. But anyway, it's going to be hot, it's going to be wet, and that's all that matters. The tea bag down there for now, I'll put it in my rubbish bag. So ration pack, beans and tomato, vegetarian style, upside down. Oh, it's definitely warm. Getting in. Nice warm meal. There we go. Now our riff's open properly. Wish I brought my neck knife. Oh, it's nice and chunky. It's got potato now, thinking. I tell you what, that's quite warm to hold that, like. Oh, I tell you what, that's scorched you. I want to put it down on the ground. Well, if this is vegetarian, and it said beans, vegetarian beans, it's got sausages in, big sausages there. It's got beans, it looks like it's got bits of mushroom and potato and all sorts in. Oh, I'm happy with this. Oh, there's about 4 sausages, so I'm going to cut them into bits. Have a little bit of everything. It'll probably be scorch all this, you know. Oh my god, that's warm. Oh, I tell you what though, that's quite nice, that, for vegetarian. That is a lot tastier than what I was expecting. As you can see, it's got a lot of goodness in that, like. So I'm going to enjoy this. Let's have a case of a cup of tea. I'm going to eat this and drink this before they get cold, mind. A cup of tea is a lot better, but I definitely prefer me PG tips. Anyway, I'm going to get this down my neck. Next time you see me, I'll be getting out my scratcher and get myself organised, get some stuff packed away, and then get dressed properly, boots on, waterproof trousers back on, and start thinking about decamping. And then I'm going to move on somewhere else, as long as I don't get too soaking wet. And I'm going to look for my next location for setting up another semi-permanent camp. I've got a rough idea where it is from here. It's a bit of bushwhacking, so that's going to be fun because it's quite up and downy. We've done it last week, and yeah, I'm going to have a look and see what type of materials is there, and see whether I can set up a couple of little beds and just do beds and tarps again in another location. But I do like this area here. It's a bit lumpy bumpy, but I think I may come back here and make a couple of bed frames here as well, and we can also use it for tarping. But anyway, I'm going to get my food before I waffle too much and it gets cold. I'll catch you later. Alright, bon appetit. That's what me and my wife say. Love you, Sharon.
Well, that's me all packed up now, ready to go. The last thing I need to do now is actually dismantle the shelter. I'm not going to leave it up. It was just a one night thing, so I want to put all the moss and everything back to its normal place where I got it from, and then just disperse all the bits and pieces that I've used. Take the cordage off, pocket that, take it home, use it for another day. And yeah, it was something different, enjoyable. Bit weird not having a fire as normal, and it wasn't too bad, to be honest, cold wise, like weather wise. It's still raining now. It's been raining all night and all morning. It's now 11 o'clock, so I've just took my time getting packed up, and yeah, thoroughly enjoyed it. I hope you've enjoyed it as well. But time to get dismantled in the camp. That's all the turf put back to its normal place. Well, the best I could get it. It'll work its way back in because it's only been out for less than 24 hours. And then the shelter area, I've just scattered all the bits of wood around. As you can see in a far distance, there's bits of wood all over, off bits of fallen trees and everything. All my rubbish is gone. It's all in my backpack. That's me ready to rock and roll. Everything on. Thank you very much everybody for watching. If you've enjoyed this, please leave a comment and tell us what you liked about it, and if you would like to see more videos like this. Obviously the weather stopped us from doing certain things, like having a fire and things, but it didn't really bother us. I had something to cook food in. It was a boil in the bag, so the only thing I would have needed a fire for last night would have been to have some heat, which the clothing I brought out was adequate for what I needed, and I had a roof over my head, food in my belly, and a hot brew and a nice little bit of Jack Daniels to wash it all down with. I'm going to head off out because it's the rain's starting to come in a little bit heavier now, and I've got quite a little bit of a walk. Hopefully I don't get too sweaty because I've got all my waterproof tops on. Jack Pike stuff, really rate it. If you haven't tried it out, I'd definitely recommend it. It's cheap, it's cheerful, and it keeps you dry. So thank you very much everybody. Don't forget, like, comment and subscribe. Thank you very much.